Whatever. And then it's Captain Smith's turn to say, "Hello, guys. It is me, the British man."
Funny.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Spaces got weird. I'm not on a speaker actually. I don't know how to change it.
Oh, okay. I think there was some sort of delay because it was saying I was a listener. I didn't think you could hear me. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I am currently, while everyone gets in, I'm making a shower transfer bench at the moment, so excuse my quiet demeanor right now.
No worries, mate. I'm currently in the car because I've got we've got a Queen's Jubilee barbecue thing going on. So it's literally the only place in the house where I've got some sort of quiet. The only place in the house where I've got some sort of quiet.
In the meantime, Gary, how's life treating you? How's everything going? Did your bird ever come back?
Actually, can to hear you on speaker, but I can't. I tried reconnecting, but nothing is working. Jesus, I hate it.
Yeah, we'll just let a few more people get in. I've got my niece.
Adrian's about to blow his top.
Okay, like I think 2 or 3 more minutes, and we can start.
Happy 6-month anniversary, everybody.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, actually. That's crazy.
I've had relationships with women last less.
What's that? Sorry, Jake?
I said I've had relationships with women that lasted for less time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, time flies, especially in crypto. Yeah, I mean, to think where we started off. It's been it's been an amazing journey. We were literally just talking about this just about 10 minutes before the AMA. You know, we've made a huge amount of progress, and the communities just keeps growing. It's amazing stuff, really.
I'm gonna try to reconnect once again because it's really pissing me off. Can you say something?
Hello? Hello.
No.
Can you hear me?
No. Oh
No.
my God. I'm gonna leave it. It's weird. Oh. I don't know why, but I turned off Bluetooth and it started working. I didn't have connected Bluetooth to anything, but it started.
You've gone really quiet.
What?
Yeah, you're super quiet.
Okay.
Come back,
I'll-
please.
I'm gonna again.
Gary, you can hear us fine? Okay. So
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, so now I can't hear you, but you can hear me, so it's fine, I guess.
Captain Smith, you're usually the one to start us off, so go ahead and welcome everyone in.
Yeah. Thank you, Jitters, mate. Hello everyone. Welcome again to another AMA. Hope everyone's had a good week. Just a little bit of a progress report this week. Obviously, been working, reaching out to marketers and influencers this week. We should have some more information on that soon. We've heard back from a couple of people, but obviously we're waiting to hear back for a few more people. And then in terms of development, unfortunately, we're still waiting back on HMRC to set up the company details. They did tell us in an email yesterday, I think it was, that they're having to do a couple of further checks just because we're a financial related company setup. So unfortunately, with that, we're literally just having to wait on them to get that all verified and checked over. But we've been assured that that it's going to happen very soon. As soon as it happens, we'll let you guys know and make a bit of an announcement. But yeah, just in terms of that, we're just gonna have to keep you updated for when exactly it happens. But yeah, it's frustrating for us because it's out of our hands. If there was something we could do about it, then we'd pushed it, but it's literally out of our hands. So
Yeah, and then I'll just mention the fact that we have like 2 days bank holidays now. It doesn't help because everything is not working since yesterday. The country is completely closed, right?
this is the problem because of the Queen's Jubilee, which is fantastic in some ways and terrible in others, because it means that you've got this bank holiday period, this extended period, and I think that's what slowed things down, where everyone is worshipping the Queen, so and putting Union Jacks on their heads and all this, that, and the other. So it's like it's a once in a lifetime celebration. I understand, but it's also annoying for us because obviously we want to get this sort of thing moving forward. But yeah, unfortunately, it's out of our hands. And I think that's pretty much it for this week. It's been a bit of a frustrating week. We've continued, as I say, to reach out to people and keeping an eye on the markets, keeping an eye out for partners and other tokens to potentially work with in the future. But other than that, I think we're opening up for questions really, just regarding development or regarding the project itself.
Well, I actually had a question for you guys. I know that. Oh shoot! Actually, hold on. Give me a sec. Dang it.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
I'll just mention one thing. I think we've mentioned last week. I will mention it again. So we have few different ideas about marketing, but like we said last week, we're gonna wait with that for market to get a bit up, because at this point, investing any money in marketing is just waste of money. So we are just waiting for Bitcoin to go up again a bit, and hopefully they happen soon.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. We're watching for an uptick in the markets, and as soon as we do see any signs, we'll be able to inject a bit more into the marketing budget, as Adrian's saying. And I think from the response you guys gave us last week, that is the sort of general consensus in the whole of the market at the minute. People are sort of holding back investment, just watching and waiting and seeing where things go. Because obviously, as I say, it's a rocky period in the markets. But it doesn't stop us working away and continuing to develop things and move things forward. As I say, we've just got this frustrating thing going on with the company setup. But as soon as that's done out of the way, then we should see things sort of escalate quite a bit quicker in terms of development. We can give more regular updates and have Tech Alchemy on AMAs more regularly as well. So they'll be about to answer the more technical questions and the talking in detail about the functionalities and features of the centralized exchange, and then we'll obviously spearhead the questions that are project focused and where we're taking it, and where ourselves and Tech Alchemy are working on and what we're working on next. So, yeah.
All right, here's one for you guys. Is there anything that could have changed your mind about anything you didn't want to do before, but now have decided, hey, let's go ahead and revisit this idea again? Anything in particular? I guess in this case, like say for example, they're not asking for Saitama. Like this is not Saitama question, Gary. So don't worry, this is not the when Saitama listing at all. But just something that you guys thought of, like, hey, no, we're not going to do that. We see no benefits to it. But then all of a sudden, like, hey, you know what? Things have changed. KTO is in a better direction. We're actually going to revisit this plan again. Anything come to mind?
Yeah, it's a good question. I was just having a little think about it.
I mean, I know one thing, definitely exchange listings. We initially promised exchange listings at 50 million market cap. Now we've changed it to a bit lower threshold.
That's true.
So, yeah. So, we're adjusting to the situation, right? So if anything is changing, we think it's going to be better if we change it. We're just doing it.
Yeah, and I think because we're community based, I think if we do implement any sort of changes that we haven't stated or talked about, like in white papers or the light paper before, I think what we try to do is get the community involved and have like a vote. So there are things coming up that we have lined up where we'll need some sort of community feedback to take a vote on future decisions. And that'll be, with the Nest Council on the centralized exchange, that's a key feature. If you're invested into the project and part of the project, then you will have this vote on where the project goes and where the centralized exchange goes. Changes to features and how it works and functions. So yeah. I think what I'm trying to say is if we have changes and go back on something, it's usually influenced also by the community and not just a decision that we'll make ourselves.
Go ahead, Johan. I know you wanted to say something very important, right?
Yeah, he's shy.
Nothing in particular. Well, basically what Martin was saying.
Nothing having to do with something about 1v1 top lane, something like that. No.
Someday that will happen. We'll organize it one day.
This one is more lighthearted for you, Gary. On what is? I mean, this is a question here for you. What is your favorite color?
Yellow.
Mine too.
Who actually did ask it?
Yeah, that was out of. I mean, I did say ask the devs anything, so they went for it.
Just 1 second, please. My queue came.
Okay. So in the meantime, Johan, still no. They're asking this again. No changes for the zero tax on the buys, right? No set date yet.
Actually, we're thinking of enabling it soon because it's been down for quite a while now. I think it helped us quite a lot to sustain the current levels during the market freakout that was happening recently. But at the same time, we don't really want to keep it off for too long because then that's going to sort of take the magic away from future no tax events.
So it is now something you want to bring up. You haven't put up a date yet, then, right? But you're doing it soon now. No more indefinite schedule, right?
I mean, it still depends on market, right? Because like if Bitcoin goes down again to like 25K or something, which is possible right now, we're gonna probably, keep it. Depends on market.
Yeah, it's not something you want to make a sort of snap decision on, and certainly if we were to bring it back in any sort of rough stage in the market, we'd obviously let people know. But as Adrian is saying, I think we're just going to keep an eye on things, and as long as we give you guys some notice, it's just the whole point of extending it and leaving it on for this period of time was just to make things easier for you guys and make things easier for new investors, as I've stated before. And while the whole market's down, it just provides people a bit of shelter and a bit of a bit of a safe haven from all the madness. And I think how our token has held up in light of what's happened elsewhere is, as it's been a statement in itself. The fact that we were able to do that with the contract and implement that just shows that we had the right idea when we implemented that capability. But yeah, for sure. Once we do implement it again, as Jörn is saying, you don't want to make zero tax events completely redundant by just leaving them on forever, sort of thing. And obviously, people want to see their reflections come in from buys again. So when we do implement it, rest assured we will give you a good amount of notice beforehand. So yeah.
Yeah, no, because I know it's been quite a concern, but the only reason I can think of that their main concern is whether the reflections are coming into their wallet during the buys. But the way I see it, since the sells are coming in too, they're getting reflections from that. And apart from that, like you said, it's more of to get in some more buyers, and I've noticed that it's kept the price pretty steady with not a huge dip going on. And because these buys are coming in more and more, it'll keep the price steady or go up, and that's in another way reflections. Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And we can hold other future events in the future as well. Stuff we've done in the past, where we can raise reflections on any transaction up for a couple of days, and we can do all these interesting things with events and related to the content. But yeah, I definitely think, and I can see where people are coming from. They want to see reflections coming back on buys. And again, as Johan's saying, you don't want to cheapen you don't want to make zero tax redundant. You want to keep people excited for it and excited to come back to it in the future. So
and keep those reflections coming. No, yeah, it's understandable. I do want it back myself, but I understand what you guys are trying to do, especially it's like Garyon said, market this shit.
Yeah, it is.
But no, it's but at least there's talks with you guys saying like, you know what, it's going on too long, so probably sooner rather than later to bring the reflections back. This one is for Garyon right here. Garyon, do you still have the ring of fire after that spicy food?
No. I mean, I eat spicy food every day.
That's the loudest I've ever heard Johan laugh.
Actually, did anyone post it on general?
Yeah, they asked. It was in. It says right here, what spicy food did he eat? Is Adrian's anus still hurting from the spicy food? Oh, because they took a screenshot of you saying that.
I'm gonna kill you. You know that.
Amazing.
Not very professional.
This one here is, are there any plans to increase the max wallet transaction? There's a couple of people asking this. Is there any plans to increase the max wallet transaction? It might attract big sponsors and buyers. They seem to be creating new wallets anyway to get more tokens.
Yeah, we have spoken about this in the past, and I think now, given that we're approaching the 6 month old sort of anniversary, and we've established ourselves, we've set ourselves to the position where we are. I think now is a good time to put that to the community again in a poll and ask if that's something that everyone wants to see. I know it's sort of a mixed bag, especially when you're at a low market cap and an early stage of a project, whether or not, and that's exactly why we initially implemented it the way. Yeah, if people are concerned that may be holding larger investors back, then absolutely it's something we'll discuss and put to the community to vote for.
Also, Garen, I apologize for that question. Since it was public knowledge, I assumed it was allowed to be asked.
Yeah. Go on.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I say go on. Ask whatever you want to ask.
No. It was a question from before about the Ring of Fire.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All right, then. So then that means that leads up to my next question then. Johan, how could you?
I don't know. Adrian's generally fine.
I'll be honest with you guys.
It's
It's sort of revenge because I did Google Jan the other day and I found some interesting information about him. So I'll probably post it too somewhere. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna probably do it now.
Oh, how nice of Adrian.
I'm trying to
understand this, but
there we go. Artie, you're set to speak. Go ahead, man. And the one, actually, this reminds me. I don't want to stress this. I mean, I can't stress this enough. Anyone who wants to speak now, you're more than welcome to request. For any questions you may have here in the Twitter Spaces, anyone can speak. No, if you don't have a question, it could be a comment. But yeah, no, you're all welcome to. Artie, did you want to say something? I know you requested to speak. Man, okay.
Yeah. Just to echo what Jitters was saying, yeah, absolutely. Like anytime, if anyone wants to jump in and ask a question, sure, go ahead, and we'll try and tackle it.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Adrian has made a LinkedIn profile in regards to transparency and doxing. Are the rest of the dev team going to follow suit? LinkedIn for a LinkedIn profile. That's what they're asking for. Yeah,
I certainly can. It's something I've not really bothered to do with my previous work. So yeah, absolutely. I guess with this, it's about time I be properly related to this. Yeah, definitely.
And then here's another one for you guys. Can you guys give a brief pros and cons for raising the max wallet or keeping the same. A lot of people as speaker, so little actually speaking. Okay, that one I'm confused the phrasing on that one. But yeah, no, a brief pros and cons as to why you would raise it or keep it the same.
Well,
I mean, I think actually it doesn't have any negative sides, because if people want to buy more, they are using multiple wallets. So, you know, I think max transaction is more important here. We've made max wallet to prevent you know, that big holders at launch, right? But now I mean, if community decides to turn it off or lift it to like 1%, like you've planned, we will be happy to do it, because, you know, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, if I were to say anything on the subject, I would have echoed literally what Adrian just said there. Obviously, we had our reasons for putting it in at the start, and pairing it with max transaction. It made sense at the start, and I think. But now, given that we're more established and we've demonstrated that the project is legitimate, we are developing something, and we are here to stay. I know you have this, and quite rightly, you have to be cautious on launch of projects on Ethereum and BSC chain. So I think that the fact we're established, the fact that we've got a really solid community base, I think now is the time to make those sort of decisions and put it to the community whether or not that is something they want to see or not.
Gentlemen.
There we go. Oh, go ahead.
Is it possible to raise the max buy yet leave the max sell as is? Or do they both have to move the same way?
Oh, no, we're not talking here about max buy, but max wallet, right?
Just max wallet, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, right.
If
you guys really want it, we can like make a vote again, right? And you guys will decide, because, you know, it's your decision, not ours. So yeah, we can make another vote. Johan, can you actually lift just max buy? We can, right?
we can lift max buy, but that means that also max sell is going to be lifted. It's basically
right.
max transaction.
So that's not an option,
Yeah.
really. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we can make a vote about max wallet again and see what community wants, really.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think the only thing we'd have to remember when making that decision is obviously where the price can go and how much 2 trillion on the max transaction will be worth by the point, you know, we've established ourselves and the centralized exchange is up and running and track transactions daily at the level they need to be. I think obviously you just need to take that into consideration that that as a max transaction 2 trillion will actually become quite considerable if we get to where we're expecting to be. So yeah, absolutely, as Adrian's saying, we definitely put that to a vote, but I think just for now, I think we need to tackle max wallet first.
All right, no problem, Martin. Thank you. This one here, forgive me if this has been answered, but I'm wondering which stable coins will be given for staking on KTO. Has the collapse of US Tether caused the team to reconsider using stable coins as rewards? Will there be a KTO stable coin? Thanks.
We haven't said which specific stablecoin we will use, because we want that sort of stay open. It will probably be one of the major stablecoins, such as USDC or BUSD or USDT, although USDT is a bit controversial. We're also planning to have sort of our own stablecoin eventually, and our stablecoin will not be algorithmic. It will be backed one-to-one with USD. But the launch of staking, it will probably not have our spawn stablecoin just yet.
All right, then I think
I'll
this one, 'cause I
I'll
never-
just mention we've made a vote for that Max wallet again because I wanted to do it now before I forget again. My kid is quite sick, and I'm not that active today and since yesterday basically, so I've made it now. So if you guys want to vote, just do it in our Discord.
Yeah, go vote, everyone. Announcements. Thank you, Gary. That way, and I mean, it does show that you're putting the community first to get them to vote as to see how everything was going. And I know Nappers here has a question for you if you want me to ask his question.
Oh yeah, go on.
All right. Do you want to take a shot first?
No.
No. I thought I'd test you. There's no Nappers question. How can we avoid hype for hype's sake at this point and create a solid foundation / information to give potential investors something to look at? If that makes sense, something that we could share with others that gives them a 10,000 feet view within 30 seconds.
That's a pretty good point. I mean, obviously, what we'd obviously want people to look at is the white paper that we'd set out and the website, obviously. And then, as I've said before, we are actually working on a much a shortened version of the proposal paper that we were given by Tech Alchemy. I think once those three things are in place, there's really everything about the project and everything we're building, especially when keeping the centralized exchange in mind. I think everything will be set out there. In terms of a shortened version, I think we're actually working on sort of what's the word? Comfort features. So once you come into the Discord or come into the Telegram, you're going to get a description telling you about the project in sort of shortened terms with all the necessary links, as well as some other stuff that we're working on just for new investors. But a sort of go-to shortened project description, yeah, of course, that's something we could work on and perhaps provide details for in the Discord listed somewhere. It's a good idea, really.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Martin. This one here is about scaling for reflections. How do they work? Are there specific points where the percentage for holders goes up and marketing goes down?
I mean, it mostly depends on our income, right? So if we get more volume, like much more volume, we will definitely increase reflections and decrease marketing tax because we won't need that much money, right? So if we get like, I don't know, 100 or 500,000 volume per day, we're going to definitely increase reflections. We basically, we are avoiding promoting with big YouTubers that charge tons of money and things like that. We don't need that much money, so that's why we we decided to do that sliding tax, because we think it's gonna be better if we actually give that money to community. We won't hold all of it.
And then this one's sort of a separate question here. Coinbase recently released an article stating listing assets on Coinbase is free and always has been. Has anyone reached out, or does ours essentially custom contract prevent it?
I think they require a company, because I've been going through few of that big exchanges, and Coinbase actually requires a company details. So after HMRC actually, gives us the company details, I'm gonna be able to send a request and see how it goes.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So it is something you're.
Yeah, I mean
so
that all that big exchanges actually require company now, because it's not like White West like it was like few years ago that they're gonna list everything. It's all of it's evolving.
That is right. They said they wanted to be the Netflix of crypto, I believe, right? Yeah, they want. I know Robinhood was having that issue there, where it's like, yeah, we're not going to try and list everything just because it's crypto. Whereas Coinbase, they want to. But if they want you to be a company, just so this is public knowledge, whatever information you want to give, is that something you guys are working on right now? Now that everyone's listening.
So I can repeat the question. Just last part.
Because you said for Coinbase to be listed, even though it is potentially free to be listed on there, you have to be a company, right? An official company for Kounotori. Since now we have listeners in, is that something you guys are working on?
I mean, you know, opening company is definitely gonna open some doors for us, and yeah, we're gonna probably, you know, try to talk with Coinbase and see how it goes.
Oh, that actually, I'm getting pretty pumped up myself. Just imagine, hello guys, this is Coinbase. We have listed Kounotori token, and then see the price shoot up 100 times. All those sellers were like, "Oh my God, all that money I just could have made, I lost it all."
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe.
Or maybe, you know, since KTO is making its own centralized exchange, maybe Coinbase will want to partner with Kounotori, the big guys. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually surprised that Binance funded three different exchanges that are actually their competitors, right? But they gave the money to build the own exchange. I was doing that research lately, so you know, I think in crypto everything is different. You know, everyone is trying to work with each other. It's not like, you know, like big competition like we have in high tech companies.
But so then, by any chance, anytime soon, can we start tweeting out, when Coinbase? Coinbase, we looking at you, buddy.
You know, let's wait for the company, okay?
Okay. So I guess no tweeting, guys. Darn. I'll tweet in secret on my alternate. Whoops.
So what was that?
No, ignore the fact that I said that I'll tweet it in secret.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, Johan. You were going to say something?
I was just going to explain to Adrian that what you were saying, basically.
Yeah, no, sometimes I try to make a joke, and I know sometimes either Martin or Johan gets it, and Gary's like, wait, what? Can you repeat that?
I mean, like I said, I have to. I can't hear you properly. I don't know why, but the space is not working for me properly today.
No worries. Since we're on the topic of being listed on stuff on like Coinbase, like say for example we got listed on Coinbase, what would be the next milestone you guys were thinking of?
Oh my God! I mean, it would be. I mean, it will open so many doors for us. I think, you know. So probably more big exchanges, right?
Probably crypto.com could be another. I'm not sure what they require of you if you've tried contacting them.
I think they actually want like million fee or something.
Oh yeah, I got that. Hold on, let me get my wallet.
Yeah.
I mean, that was interesting what you were saying about, you know, projects looking to partner with each other. And that's exactly, you know, that's the sentiment we're relaying. You know, that's what we want to do. If there's a project that's doing something serious and you know, they're new and they're starting out, but they've got a decent project in mind, they've got a decent goal, and they're trying to do things as legitimate as possible, then it's something we want to help, and it's something we want to partner with and offer them an exchange listing on our exchange. The fact that Binance are taking that sort of approach as well and funding smaller projects and smaller tokens to create these ambitious sort of goals, I think is fantastic, and it's where we need more of it really in the crypto space. You need to, if someone is trying to do something properly and that's the case, and it's clear that there are people working hard, then I think the fact that crypto is so combative is we're just all in the wrong place, really. I think we need to see more of that, more of good projects supporting each other and supporting legitimate goals and utilities. Sorry, I've just got back. I've literally just got back in my car, but I was listening.
No worries. No, I mean, yeah, you do bring up a pretty good point there, Martin, because I've noticed that myself. I'm not saying that they're copying KTO, but it seems to be pretty suspicious that these ideas that you guys bring up for Kounotori, all of a sudden the big guys out there are announcing it too. But I know for them, it takes a while for them to brainstorm an idea, much longer before they make it public, probably, for legal or safety reasons. But yeah, no, it's kind of strange. I know what was one of them? Once KTO announced centralized exchange, then we started seeing other projects do it. The 20% APY, was that another thing too, or no?
Yeah, I mean, and it's inevitable. I mean, we knew that sort of thing was coming, and we said as much during previous AMAs. It is inevitable, unfortunately. One thing we have got an advantage over, really, and I said about this in the previous AMA, is the fact that we're building everything from the ground up, and the fact that we've got full creative control and full control over functionality and security, and the people we're working with. So we're not trying to bodge this, and not saying that anyone else is, but we're not trying to bodge this. We're trying to do this legitimately as possible, and have complete control, and put investors' minds at ease, knowing that every single aspect of this centralized exchange is secure and will work well and function as it should. And that's why we've taken great care in the development cycle to implement things like a feedback period, and obviously alpha and beta testing, and all these various points in development, something that Tech Alchemy are well and truly familiar with. They've worked on numerous projects, even bigger scales than perhaps not what we will be, but what we are currently. They've worked on some huge things, and so they're very familiar with what the development process should be, and how to stick to dates, and how to ensure that the right amount of polish is put in place. So I've completely forgotten what the question was, but yes, we are looking out for everyone's security when building this from the ground up. And oh yes, sorry, it was about protecting against as I say, these things are inevitable. We have put things in place, like I say, with the paper that we've got coming out, detailing all the functionality of the centralized exchange. Obviously, we can't just give everything away in one paper. We need to release it in a way that's helpful for investors to understand, but also not a how-to guide of what we're building. So obviously some of that stuff is more intended for the developers and the internal team. So yeah, we will provide a shortened version of that for investors, just so that they can pick it apart and understand exactly how this is being built and why it's a good thing.
Oh, okay. I appreciate the info, Martin, but the question was, how are you doing?
Probably answered it the same way.
No, but in all seriousness, I'll be leaving myself. I'm heading off to work. You guys you guys are going to continue anyway. But I just got to say this one last thing. I know that the centralized exchange that you guys are building, like you said, Martin, is for the safety and security to bring in new tokens that can't make it to bigger exchanges. So you guys in Kounotori are opening these doors up for the smaller tokens, but also at the same time making sure that they pass basically a huge rigorous test, so we don't get things like monkeypox Inu and Squid Games token and all that stuff.
I can
but
appreciate that. So you're now off, are you?
Say again?
I was saying you're now going to work, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to work now. So thank you
Okay.
guys for letting me speak. I feel like I talk too much, but that's why I'm. If anyone wants to talk, you can talk.
No, we love you, Jitters, man. Thank you very much again, and thank you as always for coming on and hosting this, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you, bud.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Johan, and thank you, Ring of Fire, Crypto Gary.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Jitters.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to jump on and ask a question, then feel free to do so. If not, you can write a question in Discord on general or on the Q&A section, and we'll try and get back to you.
I just wanted to add on to what you were saying earlier, Martin, about sort of how a lot of projects are sort of trying to instantly branch out into a million different areas of the space and outside of it even, without really having, like, the projects just show up and suddenly they promise the world. Like, they take every single utility that they can see and they sort of claim that they're going to have it developed by a certain period of time. I just want to stress that we are very particular on not doing that, and we are entirely focused on getting the centralized exchange running and getting that as high quality and as perfectly functional as possible. We want it to really be perfect. That's why we're not commenting much on sort of the future utilities that we're going to have past the centralized exchange and past the staking, because currently all of our focus is on this one thing and getting it right. We could promise 1,000 different things as well that are trendy, like metaverse and whatnot, but we really don't want to get distracted and sort of swayed away from our vision, like is so common nowadays. So many tokens are over promising and under delivering. We want to do the opposite.
Yeah, 110% agree with that. Yeah, very good point, Johan.
Do we have any more questions?
Let me just take a look on Discord. Bear with me. Sorry, I'm on my phone, so. Confirmed.
Martin, tell us a story, please.
Have I watched Stranger Things? See what so as a bit off topic, but yes, I'm very keen. I started watching it the other night. It's fantastic. Good start.
You know what's the worst part about it?
What's that?
The last 2 episodes are gonna be released in July.
Oh my god, I'm so mad about that right now.
Yeah. I mean, I finished it yesterday, and it's like I can't wait, but it's pissing me off.
They sped up. Oh
Yeah,
man,
it's 4 weeks approximately.
Did you know
waiting.
season 5 is the last?
Damn.
Yeah,
What was that? Sorry, mate. Did you ask something?
No, I didn't ask anything. But yeah, season 5, apparently their next one's the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I had mixed feelings because I thought series 1 was the best, like by quite a bit, and I wasn't sure if it was necessary to really carry it on. But I definitely think I'm liking the vibe in this series. It's interesting. It's more like sort of horror, 90s sort of horror vibe, isn't it? It's interesting.
It is. I don't want to give away too much of it without, people
Yeah,
probably haven't seen it yet.
I've got to find some time to check it out. I'm well keen now. I've only done like 1 or 2 episodes. I think I fell asleep during the second episode. Let me just check if there's any more questions. But I think we're coming to a wrap. We're looking good. Please don't talk too much about Stranger Things. Okay, sorry, buddy. Yeah, I think we're about ready to close it up. But as always, if you have any questions that you haven't thought of, then just leave them in Q&A, and I'll come around to it. Someone actually asked a fantastic question in there the other day, and interesting enough, we've been talking about Tech Alchemy. We've been talking to Tech Alchemy about just that. They were talking about what was it? It was staking. At the time of staking, what the current value would be, and we'd spoken in the past about current value staking, but one of the things we had been talking to Tech Alchemy about was having the staking period over an average amount of time. So one of the proposals we made to Tech Alchemy a little while ago was around sort of 6 months. That's not something that's set in stone, and we're still looking into it. But it just offers an additional sort of safety net against manipulation. Obviously, we had things in place like the emergency cooldown, which just means once you've unstaked your tokens, you can. There's a cooldown period between restaking, so it just means that it combats against manipulation and sort of mass groups trying to manipulate that feature in any way. But then on top of that, yes, having an average staking on an average time of 6 months of the Kounotori price, it just offers that extra bit of protection. But yeah, these are little details that we have been talking about, but again, we can't give everything away all at once.
We will have now tweets from other projects about your works next week.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, just all I'd say, just sort of closing statement, unless anyone has another question. But yeah, the market's looking a bit rocky, as I said last week. We've implemented things to try and combat that. Rest assured, the project, we're still working away, and we're still heading really quickly towards development. Unfortunately, as I said at the beginning, we have been held up annoyingly by the stuff going on in Britain at the minute with the Queen's Jubilee and the bank holidays that have delayed or seemingly delayed the incorporation finalization. But we've been given an email saying that it's happening anytime soon. That they've just had to conduct a couple of extra checks just because it's a financial company. But yeah, anyway, I think we're pretty much ready to wrap up.
Yeah. No more questions. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week on the next AMA.